Next is the check-in system. The check-in system is set up on an iPad, and each counter will have an iPad for the check-in system. When people collect their badges and you have printed it out, the more normal procedure is you will fold it in half, put an AYC chop it, you will give it to them with a clear badge holder and lanyard, and you also include a terms and conditions piece of paper that will be available at the counter. We will go through the check-in system now. When people check in, they must show their confirmation email on their mobile, or they may have a printout. If they don't, you can also ask them for their name or also their registration ID. You can also search them up by phone number or email. But the fastest is always for them to quote their registration ID number, or you can search them up by the name. What you also need to ask for is when you do search up their profile to have them provide you a piece of photo ID. This has been communicated many times to all registrants that they must provide a photo ID, and the photo ID must match the name to the confirmation email or the profile that they are collecting for. This is to verify that it's the actual person that's picking this pass up. Once you are able to search up their profile will look something like on the right side, which is not the full profile, as we did a screen cap on this. You must check their payment to ensure that they are paid before you print the badge, as there are some registrants that show up in our system that are not paid. You also have to check that there's a photo profile uploaded before you print. If there is no photo, it will show an icon like this. What's important is you tell them to stand so you can take a front face profile photo. All you have to do is press the icon and hold the iPad up towards their face to take a photo. Once you have taken a photo, you will need to print the badge, and there will be a green button on the very right side that says print. Once you have printed the badge, please remember to do the company chop. Next, we will proceed to class changes and how to do class changes in the system. Number 1, you will search up their profile as you did through the check-in system, either by name, registration ID, number, or email. As we mentioned, searching up by the name or the registration ID is the easiest and fastest. When you go onto their profile, what it will look like is there will be some functions as what we show on the right side here. There will be upgrades, edit class, refresh, or print, and you will be choosing the edit class function. When you check on the edit class function, it will bring you to a screen. It will look something like this at the bottom. On the left side are all the available classes that are available for their type of pass and available for them to choose. And on the right side is actually their actual schedule. As you can see the X's on the right. If you need to remove a class, you simply just click on the X to delete the class and look on the left side to add. What is good about this system is that it will only show the available classes that's available for your type of pass. So for example, if you have a Thursday one-day pass, it will only display all the Thursday classes for you to select, and all the ones that you cannot select are in faded gray. Once you have selected the classes and it's complete, you will proceed to the bottom where you need to verify what type of class change fee you need to charge. As we mentioned, all class changes incur a $100 class change fee. There's a way you can see on their profile, as we mentioned, for 4-day pass holders, they have one free class change. So if someone has done a class change already, you will be able to see in the payment history that they have done a class change, so you know that if they're a 4-day pass holder, this next class change fee is a charge. For the class change fee, you will enter the quantity. You will also enter the type of payment you will be taking from them. Once you get the payment from them, either if it's cash or by credit card, you have to enter the details in the payment window. You must enter the payment amount that you collected, the payment method, and most importantly, the payment reference number if it is by credit card, EPS, or China Union Pay. You will find the reference number on the credit card slip as we have circled here, and you must enter that into the computer so we have all records of that. Once you have done that, you just press yes, receive the payment, and you will be brought back to the profile page where you will print the badge. Next is upgrades. Upgrades will not be too common. As we mentioned before, you will need to find their profile, and it works exactly like the class change. Once you find the profile, there was an upgrade button that you press. When you press the upgrade button, it will show something like this. On the very left, the checked off boxes are the pass that they currently have. There is no downgrades available, no refunds or credits that are available, only upgrades. Please ensure to check off on the left what ticket upgrade that they want to upgrade to. Next, after you pick the type of ticket that they want, on the right side, you need to select the price phase that you want to charge it at. What this is that if someone registered for their pass at the early bird price, which is the cheapest phase that we have, when they do an upgrade, we will charge them the early bird price. So the drop-down menus will allow you to have flexibility of what price phase that you want to charge them at whatever price phase that they registered at from the beginning. Again, once you have upgraded their pass, the next section will bring you to class change section. So in case that they upgraded to a new, let's say a larger pass and they want to add classes, then the section allows you to do class changes or upgrade or update new classes to their new pass. And once you have done that, again, it will work the same where at the bottom of the screen you will need to enter the payment details, take payment, confirm it, and then you will proceed to print their new badge. Next is common scenarios that you will encounter at the registration counters. Not too much, but one of the most common scenarios that you will encounter is that if you search up someone's profile, it shows unpaid, but they say they have paid. If they say they have paid, please ask them to see if they have received a payment confirmation and to show that to you. If they do have a payment confirmation and somehow our system did not register that and shows an unpaid, then that is something that we need to check on. Please ask them to show your payment confirmation. If they do have this, please take a photo of it so you have all the reference and the details. Once you have done that, if they do have a payment confirmation, you can simply just print their badge for them. If it seems for some inquiries that come up and it shows that it's unpaid and they do not have a payment confirmation, we will need time to investigate that. If it's at a busy or peak hour, please use the OpenPass to write them into the classes that they need to get into and ask them to come back to look for you at the nearest break, lunch, or even after the event, depending what time it is. Best is also the lunch period or after the event. Please ensure to get all the registrant details of who you are dealing with so we can search up all the records. So take a photo or take their registration ID down with their names, and after they're gone, you must pass the details to the registration manager, as the registration manager will have all the payment records on hand on an Excel, and we need to look and verify. Through the payment records to see if they have paid. Please ensure that when you get the details to ask them which payment platform they paid with so we know which one to check on, whether it's PayPal, WeChat, or Alipay. If it's unpaid and they also do not have a payment record, it's likely that the payment did not go through. They will need to pay on site. You can go to upgrade and select the payment price phase, charge them, print it. You can tell them if we do discover that we have received the payment, we will issue any refunds that's required. Please always mark these types of registration details so you have a record of them, and also pass to the registration manager to check after. Another common thing you will encounter is there will be some people that will come to your counter to ask about other badge pickups. They may say that they're here to pick up their translator passes, or any other passes that's not a paid badge collection from your counter. You can direct them to the guest service table that's beside the general information counter. There might be some people that prior to the conference, we have issued a lot of different promo codes to different partners. If some of them come to the counter on site and say they couldn't register with the promo code, please let them know that all promo codes issued have expired prior to the conference and we cannot issue or honor any discounts or promo codes on site. Next is staff information.